Good afternoon, everyone. Now, today we're going to talk about prototyping as a phase of or a key to successful mass production. I want to share just a 2-minute or 1 minute and 55 seconds video with you, just to give you an idea on what Flex is about.
It's a new day, full of opportunity. Are you ready? Just think, in 5 years, 50 billion smart devices will be connected to a web of intelligent systems and services that touch our lives every day. The age of connected intelligence is here, and it is transforming life as we know it. Soon, intelligence will be everywhere, infused into everything around us, and connected to everything we do. It will bring new insights and discoveries, redefine every industry, business, and experience. And the market disruption it triggers will create vast opportunity for those who embrace it. It's time to rethink what's possible, to create new products and services by innovating across industries and harnessing the power of data to improve our lives. Flex is leading the way in the age of intelligence. Our sketch-to-scale solutions help you gain competitive advantage. We cultivate and accelerate innovation, developing new product concepts, identifying and leveraging technologies across industries to speed time to market. We create the smart components that enable intelligence and build and scale products into the market with visibility and velocity. We have the opportunity to create a better life by building a smarter, more connected world. Imagine what we can do together. Flex. Live smarter.
Thank you. So, as the video said, we're a big company. We're in more than 100 sites around the world. We're a team of 200,000 innovators that work to serve our customers and help them bring products to the market. We like to see ourselves as a global partner, sketch to scale, and we like to see ourselves as a very reliable partner focusing on quality. So what we do, and we're going to get into the depth of it in terms of prototyping, is that we actually bring everything from sketch that people bring to us, and we scale it up, and we take it through its lifetime, and we even put it to bed at the end of life. So we do all of the disciplines, including the global logistics services. One of the examples that we'll be talking about today, this was actually the basis of what my colleague is going to talk about on prototyping, is a 3D printer that is actually on display at this very exhibition. It's what it does, I don't need to tell you, you're all experts, but it does complex geometries with moving parts, and there's very little hassle afterwards, no post-curing of models or anything, and it can do multiple models at the same time. What we do for these guys in our CHEF facility, CHEF is in Poland, is that we took the 5 PCBs and we redesigned them, we modified them, and we made them smaller and more efficient. And then we took all of the metal parts that went into some of the first prototypes, and we converted them into what they are today. And in with the product goes well over 400 purchase parts, which is, if you go and have a look at the stand, you will see it's quite a complex type of machine. Now, to build prototypes would require a long time. We actually did the first one in 9 weeks, and based on that, we had a review, and then we did the secondary one in 8 weeks, which is kind of pretty fast the way that we see it. What we see from when we scan the market is what makes 3D printers professional are some of the elements that are listed here, especially finding the right price point for whatever the application is. So you have the very industrialized 3D printers, and you have the very common, as you would say, lower end desktop printers out in the market. But we think that the basis of all of this, which will lead us to the next part of our presentation, is to do successful prototyping, because if it's not prototyped well, you will have a hassle when you try to bring it into a mass production. And to elaborate on that, I will now hand over to my colleague Marcin.
Thank you. So let's talk a little bit how prototyping phase can impact the 3D printer's success. It can for sure decrease the cost of the printer. It will help to decrease the final price of the product. It will help to improve the quality of the product. Most engineers at the beginning of the process doesn't think about the quality, which is mistake. You need to think about the quality since the beginning of the project, because it will be very hard to fix it later. When you have already your own product, think about the second generation of it. So how you can improve it, boost the speed of it, improve the design. Accelerate 3D printers production process. When you are starting the production process, you are not starting only the design of the product itself, but you are also starting the whole mechanism, supply chain, logistics, and you also need to design the assembly process line, which is really important. Increase the reliability and ease of use of the product. If you will forget about it at the beginning, then it will be very difficult to fix it later. To be more innovative, yeah. So if you want to be successful on the market, you need to have innovative technology, innovative features, innovative design, but you need to also to have a competitive price. So there are 4 phases when you are implementing the new product: concept, engineering, design and prototype, and pilot. Let's start with concept. Concept, this is the beginning of the whole project. During the concept, this is the phase where all the brainstorming and where happens and where are no bad ideas. So please involve the teams from different departments in it. Involve marketing guys, sales guys, quality teams, not only engineers and designers, if you want to be successful. Engineering. When I'm thinking about the engineering, there is only one sentence in my head: engineer at work, do not disturb. And that's true. Do not disturb the engineer. Let them do their job, but keep in mind the project scope. Design and prototype. This is the phase in which you need to focus yourself to design the best product, to be the most competitive product on the market. And we will talk about it a little bit later. Pilot. Pilot is a very important phase, my favorite actually, because I'm involved in the whole quality project in Chef. So during pilot you will verify the product, but not only. You will verify the whole process, supply chain, logistic. You will also verify the product itself. So remember about test environment. You need to be sure that you are releasing the good product. Concept. Concept, this is the place where the cooperation of the designer and engineer is crucial. They need to have the same perception of the product. They need to have the same vision of the final product. Design with technical and process limitation in mind, and design products which will not need cost-effective parts and production methods. You need to remember about the budget and about the final price of the product. You don't want to kill your product at the beginning of it. And simplicity. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the best, so keep in mind it. You don't need to implement forced innovation. It's not necessary. Engineering. Be careful with customized parts. Most likely, due to those components, you will have a delay in the product, and most likely the quality of those components will be poor at the beginning of the project. Use the technology that allows to miniaturize the product. So it doesn't mean that you should design and produce only small, compact products. But if you want to be successful on the market, think about the logistic process. It's really expensive, so think about the weight of the product, think about the shape, and think about the size of it. It's really important. It can kill the profit. Wireless. Is it really needed? Ask yourself about the features that you want to implement in the project. Is it really needed? It may be really complicated. You don't want to this. Plugs, connectors, cables, and FPC tapes. Avoid the cheapest parts on the market. Those are really problematic, especially from the unknown suppliers in China. Look out for it. Maybe not during, maybe you will see the problems not during the assembly process, but later during the product life cycle. And eliminate the failure. So during the engineering phase, you need to introduce test station. You need to test your product in a best way. You need to be sure that your product is perfect when you are releasing it. Design and prototype. Use 3D printed parts. It's your own business, so show the world that it's needed. Those parts are cheaper, and the lead time. Coordinate the work of multidisciplinary team. Involve people from different departments. Marketing and sales guys, they know what are the needs on the market, so involve them. Pilots. Pilot, this is the phase when you are verifying the product and the process, but you are also verifying the SMT process and SMT design. So prepare yourself for the quality audits, prepare the quality documentation. It will be very helpful. Verify manual assembly line. So look out for all the places where you can damage the components and where you can damage the product during assembly. You don't want to have serial faults then on the market. It's really painful. Check test environment. As I said before, you need to be sure that you are releasing a good product. And best practices. Create a cooperation of designers and engineers. Involve other departments in the cooperation. Avoid last-minute changes. Usually, you should freeze your product before the pilot. You don't need to change anything during the pilot. Pilot is a verification, so the product should be stable. Use concurrent engineering and assemble the NPI team. The NPI team will help you during the implementation of serial volume production. Their experience will take you out of the troubles, so please keep in mind that. Learn and adhere to standards and regulations. So you want to be successful, and if you want to be successful, you want to sell your product all around the world. So a lot of certifications will be needed. Leverage rapid prototyping. Deploy scalable business systems, and learn from feasibility, prototype, and pilot builds. Lessons learned, it is always good to have. Remember that you want to introduce second generation of the product, so you want to be more innovative, then use lessons learned. Thank you very much.